Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're not trading today because we didn't have the time, but we have some positions which are going to expire in March. So, we're going to roll forward some of them to the next month. What I've done here is this is completely unrolled forward, so this entire position needs to move forward. Same goes with ITC, same goes with HTC, but the future is in March call, so it's also already in March. So, essentially, taking forward our entire position to the next month. So with Reliance, we are retaining exactly the same view where we want to keep a range between 1900 to 2200 roughly, create a decay spread in that range and create it in such a way that our upside is protected better than the downside, because in case we're losing on the downside, then we can always roll forward the position further. So that being said, here I've already rolled forward. Yesterday I have rolled forward all of these Reliance positions. Okay, so yesterday I rolled forward all these Feb, so basically booked this and moved to the same strikes in March. Unfortunately, towards the end of the market, we didn't have enough time to do that. So essentially, what rolling is taking in additional credit from the market to be right in the next time frame. What that does is it will then flatten our exposure to change in delta. So right now, our open position in Reliance was always going to give us very similar profit between 2000 and 2100. So Reliance currently being where it is going to give us a pretty good this thing. The thing is, while rolling forward, we will lose to slippage, and that is the cost of doing business. So we're going to now take forward whatever is in Feb to the next month. First thing we will do is we'll move our short positions. So this 2100 Feb put that we have sold, we're going to exit quantity of 4250. You have to slightly outbid. And to slightly outbid here as well. I'll show you what the spread looks like once it's done, especially if you've seen the previous spread, then this will make a lot of sense. Now what we want to do is we want to at the same time take forward the call. Okay, so all our short positions are now in the next month. So March future, and only our hedges are remaining in this month. So we'll move out the hedges as well. Initially, our put side will be lower. As the time decays, we will then move our hedges in closer because we don't mind taking risk on Reliance. You don't mind taking downside risk on Reliance. Let's see if this fills. Okay, so as you see, we have purchased back and we have sold. And here as well, we have purchased back and we have sold. So due to lack of liquidity, there will be slippage and you will be outbid on the pricing. This happens. It cannot be helped. It's part of cost of doing business in the market. So now we have March, everything in March except for the call side hedge. So we remove the call side hedge as well. On this account, I don't have the TOTP, so I don't think it'll let me move to 2400. Let me try. That is done. And we exit this. We have to take the slippage. It's really not much that can be done. The slippage is all part of uh, doing this. It's a relatively large position, so nothing can be done. This Nifty Feb future will roll forward by 3 months, but towards the end of Thursday. We don't have to do it right away. Bajaj Finance is already in March. This call is almost certainly going to expire worthless, in which case we'll move our call to the next month. We don't have to do it right now. Ideally, we want to move it forward when there is a good spike in IV. Now let us see what the payoff looks like. So one thing while looking at the payoff is we need to untick everything that says Feb because it messes up the algorithm of the payoff chart. Okay, March, right. So you can see right now this is our position, and currently the hedging isn't that great, but it isn't that bad either. We will add a little additional quantity on the call side as well, but basically we are not delta neutral, we are delta positive, and our max payoff is at Reliance at 2100, and our break evens are everything from about 1900 to 2250. Those are our break evens. Now this being said, this is essentially a bullish position. At entry, we have entered with a positive delta. This entire position, unfortunately, yesterday should have recorded rolling forward the March thing. But yesterday we closed about 9 on the March, and currently our M2M on the Reliance position, including what we booked, is about 2.35. So on this account, we booked roughly about 11.35. So now we'll go to the next account. The main rollover is going to be on the Reliance side. We'll also have to roll forward ITC here. So we will start here, buy back the 2000 call. Okay, that is done. Essentially, we're buying back the position on this month and selling the next month, and inverse with the hedges as well. Oops. Okay, so that takes care of that. What else have we got? These two are the hedges. March 2000 call. March, 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 March. Just the hedges. One way to check if you've done everything proper. So you see 11250, 2000 put, March 11250, 3000, 3000, 6000, 6000, 1000, 1000. Now the hedges part. The thing is, towards the end, this M2M will actually look really bad because these will continue to decay. These options expire on Thursday. They'll continue to decay, whereas the later dated months won't. But we don't want to carry forward the position beyond today because the margin also will go up, and we don't want that. So just the hedges remaining now. So when a position is losing, by rolling forward, and right now we're keeping the same strikes because we're keeping the same range, by rolling up or rolling down, you can add an additional easily on a stock like Reliance, you can add 100 to 150 points to your break even. That's why our hedging is not that great, because in case we're carrying our forward, especially if we're losing on the put side, it is not a big problem for us. So 18750. So by 10,000 here. And we'll buy 8750 here. Yeah, liquidity is always a problem that cannot be helped. Okay, so that takes care of that. Just exit all of this. Okay, now the call side. Okay, so now we've March on everything. So absolutely nothing. Now ITC as well. So let's just check if Reliance position, everything is okay. So we have 18750, which we have sold of this month, and we have purchased these two at lower. Relatively match up to the same. 3000 on the call side, 3000 on the call side. 11250 purchased, 11250 sold, same strike. 2100 call, 6000 quantity purchased, 2100 call, 6000 quantity sold, 1000, 2400 call, 2400 call, perfectly matched. The slippage is part of the process, can't do too much about it. So overall on the Reliance position, we've booked about 13 lakhs 50,000 on this account. So let's see what it looks like in March RPF chart. Right. So once again, this has the same range as the other position, where 1900 break even and 2050 break even. So it's roughly the same. The other position makes a max profit at roughly 2100. This one does at 2000. So that is our most likely range that we're working with. The rest we will see what to do later. The reason we have not hedged too aggressively on the downside is because we don't need to at this point of time. This position takes about 26 lakhs in margin, and in our best case scenario, our return would be about 28%. So that is with regard to rolling forward. I will show you what is rolling forward and rolling down as well, right? So let us go over rolling forward and rolling down. We need to do that with the ITC position. So right now, how did we get here? We had an ITC covered call, but the call was bleeding at 2030. So we sold the 2030 put, and finally, when there was a reversal, the put started bleeding, and we booked the profit on the call, and we moved our call down 5 points, and then we moved it another 5 points, and we're taking the profit on this call and ITC. Whereas now, technically, this future and these two both have exactly positive delta, and we need to carry this put forward, but also roll it down. We sold this put, if you see, for 8 rupees 90 paisa. We're going to buy it back for about 20 rupees, which means the loss we're booking is 11 rupees. Now let us see where we can get 11 rupees on ITC. So if you see, first we'll start with the same strike. We're getting 22. So it'll be twice of what we're buying it back for. Let's do 225. You're getting 16. 220. We're getting 14. For 215, we are getting roughly 11. So let us say right now you had no other position and just had this naked put and you've not taken any credit from the call side. I can literally book the loss on this, which is quite hefty, about 10 points, and still get another 15 points more on my downside and book no loss by the end of the next month. If I'm making sense, let us say you had sold this naked put and now you're making a loss because ITC has come down. You can just take it forward to the next month and automatically you're going to get 15 points. That being said, what we're going to do now is we're going to sell both the call and the put. So what we're going to do is, because we have this future and our position is slightly different, this is a Feb future, we will roll this over to now. May is obviously not open. We'll roll this to April. Okay, so let us go about doing this. We are going to book this ITC Feb future. And buy this. Now we are going to book this put and roll it down and sell this put. which is essentially giving back the entire thing that we have lost here. And we are also going to sell the call by booking this call, which now has almost nothing left in it. Creating a short straddle here, basically. But you don't have to look at it as a short straddle. You can also look at it as one naked put and one covered call, because there's also a future involved here. Okay, so let us see how this ITC position looks like now. So right, so we continue to remain bullish on ITC, right? Even though we lost on our put side, that's completely fine. What we're also going to do is to get a little margin benefit as well as also cover any potential downside. We'll just buy, and this is mostly to do with margin benefit. We'll see what the 180 March put is trading at. Hardly anything. So we'll look at what the 190 ITC 1.35. Since we are short one put lot and long one future, we will buy. We'll also see what the 200 is trading. Okay, we'll just buy one of this and one of this. Okay, so ITC position now is long future April, short put in March, here short call in March 215. This short straddle has about 16 points in it, which is good enough, and long puts. What is going to happen if there's a big down move on ITC? We'll actually book the profit on the long puts and then we'll roll down the call. So that will be the plan for adjustment there. So Reliance, everything is in March. ITC, everything is in March. HDFC, what we're going to do is we're going to just book this put and not carry this forward again. That was just a cash secured put. HDFC March future needs to be rolled over as well. But we'll do that. It's in March, so we don't have to do anything. These short puts, sorry, long puts, we can exit. And we can buy one put to cover the future. Yeah, actually check what April is trading at. And also look at what March is trading. April is not liquid. March is liquid. We'll buy this 2.3. Hmm. Okay. Any other stock options that are currently still in Feb? No, absolutely not. So as you can see, now I'm just going to quickly verify the same thing. Slippage, it's part of it. Nothing can be done when you're rolling forward of this sizing. And of course, these monthly options will continue to decay over the day. That is part and parcel of how this works.
Thank you for watching. Please post any questions you have in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. To find us on Twitter, Telegram, and Facebook, use the username NiftyBN. Also, we post some of our trades to the community tab, so do not forget to check that from time to time.